My next guest is a flyweight contender. He trains out of the GOAT Shed in Miami, Florida, and he joins me right now. He's one of my favorite flyweights in the country. His name is Roy, the Unbroken Echeverria. Roy, welcome, sir. It's great to see you.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate it again for being here with you guys. Mom basement on
That's
the house.
right.
Let's
We're
go.
taking over the world. We're taking over the world, Roy. And I first wanted to ask you, it's been a year since your last fight on Contender Series. What have you been up to over the past year?
I feel bad for the next guys though. I've been just leveling up, don't stop grinding. I haven't missed a one training since I pretty much got out of that cage on September. I just being hungry, you know what I mean? Being hungry, also patient. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but the level has been just increasing every day, and I just can't wait to show off.
There are a lot of fighters that would look at your fight on Contender Series and get really down on themselves, like, it didn't work out. I didn't get my contract. I lost the fight. I earlier this morning I watched that fight. I went back and I watched it again, and I saw there are things in there that make you a really dangerous guy. You sat him down. You almost heel hooked him a couple different times. When there was an exchange in the first, I think you almost got him in an armbar and ended the fight. Like, there are
Yeah.
certain things that I remember you doing that I forgot watching it live, and then I went back and I watched it again, and I wanted to ask you, Roy, like, are you like me when you go back and when you watch that fight? Do you see some positives?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I see a lot. I try to always be a better version of myself, and I'm trying to be a perfectionist. You know what I mean? Of the game, of my own style, my own master. And I watch every performance. I even watch fights before that one, my debut, and I just see still. I still try to like, oh, I should have, like, I analyze myself. I drill stuff. So I try to always improve, and definitely from that fight I learned a lot. Um, so it just been a constant progress of of my own character and skills developed. So it's just that's what I've been doing this whole year. Trust me.
I interviewed Coach Awesome a few months after your fight, and we talked about this fight. And I asked him, I was just like, can you explain to me, like, from your perspective, Coach, what is it that you saw? Where's Roy at? And he said this. He was just like, Roy has all the talent, he has all the skills. He just needs to put it together in the cage. And I'm pretty sure the next time we see him compete, you're going to see a totally different Roy. I was wondering, can you tell me a little bit about some of the conversations you and Coach had about that fight?
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was more. Uh, it was a weird feeling. Like, I felt that I was in the fight. I was there. But at the same time, I wasn't trying to be myself. At the same time, I was like just trying to play super safe, which I'm not a guy that plays it like that on a fight. I always go bring the heat and try to make a quick job, and that fight for some reason probably it was. I didn't feel no pressure. I would lie if I told you, oh, it was the stage, it was the pressure. I would lie to you. I didn't feel none of that, but for some reason I was seeing myself good. I was in that zone where I zoom out of my fight, and I was looking myself in the fight. Damn, I'm doing good. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm on point. I'm sleeping. I'm getting. He's not touching me. Like, I'm not in danger. So I start feeling like certain confidence, and maybe that plays a role that end up having the outcome that had it. You know what I mean? So, dang, it was meant to be. To be honest, it was just meant to be. I felt like I was up in the fight, maybe for not that much, but I was up playing a game that I'm not used to. Like, I was just playing it safe. I feel like if I would be myself, if I would go how I normally do, I would have just make it an easy work in the first round probably. But I mean, it is what it is. I learned from it. I learned from it. I just feel like it was just meant to be like that, and of course for a reason. Now I learn. Now I know what it feels like, and I'm just a different animal.
I talked to you a little bit in private, and I know for a fact that just in my conversations with you, it was not your intention to be out a year. There have been other
Oh
opportunities
yeah.
that have come your way. The bouts never end up happening. I won't talk about that too much, but I did want to ask you, at what point does CFFC contact you with this opportunity to fight in North Dakota?
Well, they contact my manager Laura about 2 weeks ago. I would say, not maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks the most. And man, we wanted to fight. I just had a kid on 20 days ago, so the initial plans were fight way before my kid's birth. But like I say, we have plans. God has another ones, and at the end of the day, we just gotta trust and go with it. So they contact us and they say, okay, the day is this one. We were trying to get an LFA, CFFC, Fury, and a bunch of cards that has been happening, but things didn't work out. Opponents pool, agreements, whatever, and we end up having this opportunity, and we say, I run it. We That's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for an opportunity. It's a good guy. Fucking nice promotion. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Like I'm just excited about this upcoming bout.
You'll be fighting on September 15th at CFFC 125. Your opponent, I'm going to try to get his name correctly. It's a difficult name, Pololu Nakanelua. I think I said it correctly. I'm pretty close. If I screwed it up, I apologize to him. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I see this guy. I see a lot of power. I see somebody who's fast. I see somebody who's strong. What is it about this matchup when you look at it, when you look at this guy? Are there some things that you see about his game that you think he does well?
Yeah, no, I mean he's definitely a guy that is tough. He's a guy that brings the fight too. I love it. I love it. He's a Hawaiian. He's representing way. He's representing well. His bloodline. His breed. You know what I mean? That's the Holloway style that just come to fight, and I love it. I mean, I just feel like there's levels to this, and we will find out. You know what I mean? We wanna bring a good fight. I have no doubts about it, and it's gonna be a good show. I just can't wait to show you guys what I've been working on. I'm pretty sure he's been training hard too, and that day is when the success when I meet the opportunity. You know.
You're an excellent grappler, and when I think of you, I also think of jiu-jitsu right away. You're a type of guy that you don't want to be on the ground for a long amount of time with somebody like you. Do you feel like your grappling and jiu-jitsu give you an advantage over your opponent in this fight?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, I feel like my jiu-jitsu game, my ground game, it's been good always. But now this time I've been having a lot of time to like actually develop without having a specific game plan. So I've been getting it better overall. Like just masterizing every detail, every position, and now that I have an opponent that I can apply to certain games, certain strategies, I feel like I will definitely have the advantage. But like I say, I don't I take the fight wherever it goes. I I have the ability to decide if I want the fight to go to the ground or if I want to keep it standing. Um, but I'm not concerned about anything. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna take this fight. This I feel pretty confident on standing on ground or even in the middle, like on the ground fight, wrestling type of stuff. I feel confident in all those situations, so I wouldn't mind any. I feel like I had the advantage on all of them. So
I looked at the fight poster for this and I noticed it said catch weight on it. Are you fighting him at 130 pounds?
yeah, we're fighting at 130. I don't know what's the reason, but I don't care. I just want to fight at this point. Uh, that they come with the opportunity with those sets, and you say, yeah, run it. It's no problem.
With it being 130 pounds, I mean, that can't be too much. That's got to be pretty close to what you walk around at anyway. You might only have to cut 10 pounds for this or so. And does that make your life a little bit easier outside of the cage?
Definitely, and we have plans right after that fight, so it works out perfect for me. Just because I will have to cut about a month after, so it'll be good. It'll be good that I don't have to make two hard cuts back to back.
Roy, when I think about the flyweight division in regional MMA, there are so many good flyweights in LFA. There's a lot of good flyweights in CFFC. And I feel it's the most stacked division in regional MMA by a lot. I think there's a few reasons for that. But number one, it's you can only really go to the UFC and you can really only go to one FC as well. Bellator, they don't really have a
Yeah.
flyweight division. PFL, they don't really have one. Do you think that we're going to see more flyweight divisions in some of the bigger promotions moving forward?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I feel like flyweight division has been getting a lot of attention lately. On There's been a lot of good fighters coming out of contender series, out of regional promotions. Actually, I think on my season last year on contender they signed about 10 to 15 just flyweights, and I mean that's a lot of fighters besides the one that got called short notice outside of contender. So I feel like flyweight division is just getting back to what it used to be when like Demetrius Johnson was there before he got boring. um, so I feel like it's getting that attention again. It's a lot of like I say, the game has been evolving every day, and the fights at flyweight right now I feel like are one of the highest level and most technical fights that you can see on the cage. So that's exciting. That's exciting. You know what I mean? I just cannot see the division just growing up. I feel like it's gonna become harder for a flyweight contender or champ just hold the belt like those times where it used to be, oh, he defended it 4, 5, 6 times. I don't think that's gonna happen uh too much right now, because right now everyone can be a champion. I feel like myself, I'm a championship level of the UFC, and I feel like there's a bunch of guys on the top 10 on the UFC that can be champion right now. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be this momentum going where it's not gonna stop. Where things gonna happen, things gonna be changing so fast that it's gonna be the division is gonna be at the pace of the same division. I don't know if that makes sense. Flyweight is a high paid division. The division but itself is gonna be going through that pace.
When you get outside of the top 10 of the UFC flyweight division, you start looking at these guys, you got to be thinking to yourself, like, I can compete with these guys. I'm ready for these guys. And I wanted to ask you, you get a win over this guy that puts you up at 8-1. Like, you got to be thinking to yourself, like, I might have to get ready for a short notice call because it could happen at any moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'm getting ready. I've been ready for it since even before contender, and because I know where I belong. You know what I mean? Just matter of time. Just matter of time, and the stars align, and God does His thing. I do mine. You know what I mean? I know what I've been working on. I know where I belong. Like I say, and I know we'll be there. I know we will be there, and yeah, I'm just getting ready. I know it's one step at a time. I'm not overthinking my opponent or this fight at all. I'm taking it as serious as it takes, and I know after this fight, I have plans to fight outside of the UFC if the opportunity doesn't come. Just because life goes on, and I have to keep doing my thing because that will come eventually. You know what I mean? So, uh, I'm ready for it anyway. I'm watching all the fights every weekend. I'm watching the fighters. I'm a student because I know eventually I will meet them. You know what I mean? And I have trained with a lot of them, and I know the potential that I have. I know the level that I am. I've been receiving a lot of good words and reviews, but like I said, like I don't know the word, but from 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 guys that are already on the top level, and that just make me more confidence on what I'm doing and make sure that I'm in the right path.
CFFC 125, that'll be happening in North Dakota, and there's going to be a ton of people in the media that are going to be watching you. because it's been a year since you performed. But more importantly than the media, you know Sean's going to be watching, Mick's going to be watching. Dana might even watch from his couch too. It's certainly a possibility. And for all those people that are going to be tuning in, what can they expect when they watch you perform? It's been about a year since you fought. What type of Unbroken are we going to see on the 15th?
Man, the Unbroken 2.0 is officially coming out, and it will show off and perform on September 15 on CFFC. Like I say, I just can't wait to watch myself perform. It's personal. I owe to myself this performance, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have the most fun and complete version of myself that day in the cage. Definitely. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to show the people what I've been working, what's my level right now. Just ready. Just guys, stay tuned and get the popcorns. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fun fight and a great. It may take another regional fight of the night, of the year. I had it once. My fight before Contender, like the most violent and excited fight of a regional event. This might take a place too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you tune in on September 15th to watch Roy compete. I'm sure he's going to put on a great show for everybody. Roy, I wanted to give you an opportunity, sir. If there's anyone that you wanted to thank or anyone that you would, any of your sponsors that you need to talk about before I let you go, let's do it.
Man, I just wanna be grateful with you guys for the opportunity. Mom's Basement always got in my back, and we're growing up each other so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to all the fans that are watching and supporting this channel too. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks to everybody, and just can't wait. I'll see you at the top, guys.